powers that we're gonna get, oh man, we're gonna be doing a lot of work. We're gonna be doing a we probably man, that's not gonna happen. No, no coon is gonna get the powers that we have because they don't. They you shit. What? That's not gonna happen.
Let's see.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the powers I'm gonna get.
Um,
You're gonna stay a fucking slave. Shit, coon gonna stay a slave.
it's
Shit,
like it. 1 second.
you're gonna stay down because that's all you
Uh,
know. You just be a slave. Have the same powers as me? I don't think so. That's not gonna happen.
right. Here's another prophecy that had to happen before we get endowed with our powers, get endowed with our new bodies, man. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right? So a mark has to be set on the Most High's people, on that 1/3 and on that 144,000. If you have no idea what those things are, you need to be finding out. You need to be finding out. It's a commandment in this book, in our book that we supposed to read. We supposed to get taught. So if you're not doing it, you behind the curve already. Right?
No, no, you know what? You're supposed to be taught. It's not what's in. It's not that. It's what. See, and it's probably he said it that Cain said, "I'll be here for now. For now, you can you do what you want to do for now, okay? And I'm forced to leave because I guess you're supposed to reign over my people for a certain time. But when I come back, it's when you won't have no see.
Verse 5, it says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. This is a commandment that the Most High is giving his people.
We supposed to been killing these people that telling us to pay rent. We supposed to be killing them, but we weren't. But then again, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like if we were to do that, then we would be well. We wouldn't be outnumbered. We're already outnumbered. Not really though. But what I'm saying is that we cannot. Cain was by himself, and he even said it. He said, "Look, I guess I can't come here right now, but when I come back, that means we were probably supposed to be getting killed by these damn heathens at a certain point in time. So I guess it was nothing we really was supposed to do. Really, Martin Luther King was supposed to do exactly what he was supposed to do. Malcolm X was supposed to do exactly. They were supposed to die the way that they supposed to die. We supposed to be a witness to that because then we could see, oh, okay, well, when our power come back by Cain, then that means we will remember what happened to Martin Luther King. We will remember what happened to Malcolm X. We'll remember that. And that we will stand on that. We'll stand on our truth of who we are, that we're indigenous. See, that's the main thing. We have to know that we're indigenous. We can't believe that we're from Africa and have our powers. That's not going to mix. You can't be in this Bible and stand on the corner with those powers. That's because when Cain came, he didn't come as a Bible. He didn't come as he come back. He didn't preach the word of God. He said that I can rescue you from this. You just have to open your mind and understand that you've been deceived by these white people and these Mexican and these Chinese and these $5 Indians. He came in the 60s and he came in Harlem. I don't care what nobody say. He came in Harlem. I seen it. My father. In fact, I don't think it was my father who said we got to go there. We got to get there. I think he was trying to figure out where he was at. This was on the news. This was in the 60s. No, he came out in this. This was in the news in the 60s, and somehow we watched it in the 70s because there was a lot of dudes behind him. They was following this man. There was women crying, hanging onto uh, his white robe thing that he was wearing, and it was in Harlem. And they said it's in Africa. Okay, fine, whatever. maybe I was in another dimension and I saw it or something. I don't know. But anyway, so he was here, and then he said it. He said that they scattered his body.
Mark on the ones that's righteous, and everybody else smite.
Right, that's what I'm gonna say. You see, you were supposed to kill. We were supposed to kill these. We are the outlaw gingerbread color outlaws. Cain did not come preaching no Jesus Christ. He came as saying, I can do these powers. You will be able to do these powers too. The government saw that when he was walking to the park. Was it Central Park? Oh, see, I don't know, but it was downtown in Harlem, and he was walking to the park, and he was showing all these wonders and signs. That's why a lot of the men were just making sure this man would get to the park safe. They was surrounded this man, and he was doing wonderful things, was flying and just doing wonderful things, and he was making people fly too. Well, they said that they were finding these people that because when he tapped them, boom, they would change into these superpower beings. Well, they was killing these people that Cain was changing. Understand? So, because when you get the power, you can change somebody and make them have the power too. You can get them have the power, just like Trump can shake Kanye West's hand and Kanye be like, "Hey man, you gave me the dragon power. Damn, I got the dragon power." So, because you could do that, you give people the power. Well, well, they were killing people. So that's how the movie X-Men came about because when they killed Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King, that's who they thought they was killing. They thought they was killing those superheroes, which yes, we are because we're the mutants. They know that we're the mutants, right? So they were killing us, right? Because like the story of me is funny too, because they knew that what I was when I was little because things had happened. I was placed in different schools that I wasn't supposed to be placed in because they knew who I was. They can destroy my mind. Because when I was like 8, they asked the question, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? And of course, I'm like, oh yay! People want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be the creator of the promised land. That's what I said. I was singing like a canary. Didn't realize that I was in a mix of all of these lizards that did not want, and that's why they asked a black child what you want to be, so they can get you. So when I said what I said, it was a lot of psychologists, teachers, and stuff. After that, pulling me out of class, different days out of class, and I ended up they ended up putting me in a school that, it was, anyway, I ended up being in a school where, they tried to wipe out my memory, and I was there till I was like in junior high, so from the age of 8 to from junior high, I was put in, schools that, they would try to wipe your memory out. Well, that did they, I suppressed my memories of the promised land. I kept it in my mind, and I never talked about the promised land after they put me in that type of school. Like I didn't talk about it and bring it up at all because I knew that they were trying to destroy me by putting me in that school. And they told my mother that, oh well, she has a special education, so we're gonna have to put her in a special education for special ed. And so my mother thought that that was it. But no, they didn't put me in there. They put me in another, you know, um, school because they thought that the kids would destroy me if they were, really, really, really disturbed. But turns out is that those children were more, to me, they were more sane than the regular kids. The kids and the regular kids was more crazier to me than the other kids that I was going to school with. They was normal to me. So, and in fact, I didn't want to come out of those. Once they put me in those classrooms, I didn't want to come out of there. I wanted to stay there because they were much more. They had the power. It was much more power in a mentally disturbed classroom than it is that they call regular. I'm just letting you know that right now. That if you are in special ed or whatever, you got that power. It's the regular kids that's fucked up. Just please know that. But anyway, but they didn't destroy me. I just suppressed my abilities, and I could, and I was, and then they put me in where the kids would try to do something to me to see if they could see the powers, and they saw it. They saw me fly when I flew. This boy pushed me. I told you they crazy. He pushed me down the top flight of stairs. I'm on the top stairs. Crazy boy. And I mean, he was crazy. He pushed me all, and I mean, he pushed me with all his might. And I went where for sure I was going to break my neck. But the way he pushed me, somehow my abilities, it just made me just float. And I just floated. I just floated down the stairs real slow. Floated. Yep. And the kids was like, she flying. You know, I was flying down, just floating. And then I landed on my feet just perfectly. And I was upset because, you know, and the teacher was like, oh my God. You know, because they saw, did you see she was flying? She's flying. So when I looked up, I cussed out the boy, like, motherfucker, what the, you know, and all this stuff because, you know, bitch, you almost broke my neck, but I flew. And from there they, you know, and they kept me in that school because they saw that. Well, anyway, um, so yeah, till I was in high school, junior high school, and I didn't care because I was still going to do what I was born to do. I was born to create the promised land to bring to cross people over. That's what I was going to do. That's what I came here to do. So people, we all have our own. We all have our abilities. We do. We have our abilities. So don't think you won't have your abilities because you feel like you can't do nothing. He just said it. He said, I'm leaving now, but when I come back, you won't be able to stop my people.
Shortly. However, in the future, many more people will develop abilities just like me.
Man. I will be leaving you shortly. However, in the future, many more people will develop abilities just like me. Man, look. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2 and verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith Yahweh of hosts. That word host means army, right? It says, and in this place will I give peace, saith Yahweh of hosts. We soldiers, man, in the army of the Lord, bro. Literally. This ain't no gospel song we talking about. We talking the absolute truth. We soldiers in the army of the Most High. You mean to tell me, well, I'll put it to you like this. If we soldiers in the army of the Most High, that means we will be endued with powers from above.
Mm-hmm.
The same powers of a Samson.
Who's Samson?
King
I don't know who Samson is.
David.
Oh.
Yahushai. Man. Yes. Read Bill and the Dragon, man. The vehemency of a spirit can take you from one place to another, man. In the blink of an eye. Right? It's the book of Joel, chapter 2. And I start at 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. That's a sound of alarm, man. We in the end times. That's why you...
He said, blow the trumpets in Zion, Trump. Blow the trumpets in Zion. In my patent, I patent the area where we're going. We're going to be going to Zion, Mount Zion, Memphis. These names that you see here are all biblical names, and they're in the patent that we're going to be traveling to, because when Paul Bagley said we're in the technology age and all that stuff, I'm telling you, we're really going to get there, because that's how we were traveling before. We're going back, right? So I'm here and showing you how we're going to get there by the Jetsons, because it's two ways. Because remember the blue beam that you've seen at Chino Hill UFOs? It's going to engulf your body. You'll be able to fly, float. They can shoot your body. You come back together. That's that blue that's going to engulf us. The Jetsons, that blue will engulf the Jetsons too. That's how also it'll be able to go through the ley lines, because I have it in my patent that it runs through ley lines, and then the blue plasma beam. That's crazy, because I put the blue plasma in my patent, where I was showing them how to make it. I put down how to make the blue plasma in my Jetsons patent thing. Now, if they have it to where now they know how to make the blue plasma, then they stole my idea. I'm just letting you know, because when you patent something, they have to check to see if my idea is somebody else's before you patent something. You got to pay $1,000 for that shit for them to check to make sure there is nobody that have your same idea. So if they got a plasma and they know how to make it like I do, then they stole my shit, and that's okay because just like Thanos says, you will collect the stones for me. You're gonna collect those stones for me, because that's what they're doing. Paul Bagley just described what they're making for us. They're not making it for them. Obviously, if more than half of them took the boom boom, how the fuck they gonna drive it when they got 6 months to 1 year to live? They not finna drive nothing. It's us. We finna drive these Jetsons.
You got the brothers on the highways and byways, man. It's prophetic. And our people don't even look at it like that. They look at it like something new. It ain't new. It's old. It's just being reintroduced to you. Like the same thing the prophets did in times of old, man. Prophesy the downfalls of kingdoms. Prophesy wars. Prophesy things to come. Right? It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. That mountain is a power. The Most High is the Most High of hosts, and we are the Most High's personal hosts. Check it out, man. It says, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Right? When the Most High build us up, man, it's a wrap. Ain't no force in the universe gonna be able to step to us, man.
Right.
Because we represent the Most High. And it's gonna be a well-known fact, man. Ain't gonna be no guessing. Ain't gonna be no, you gotta tell somebody this, man. It's gonna be known.
Okay, it's gonna be known because that blue light. Okay, now in this book, like I told you, in the Book of Encounters, they say that we call ourselves the planters. We call ourselves here it is. We call ourselves the planters. Okay? Okay. That's them. That's the planet Saturn. The planet Saturn with all the black men. That's the Cain people. That's them. They said that when we put you in this ship, we're gonna give, they gave, us something delicious to drink. It was something orange, this one we're gonna go home. We're gonna go home after our powers or whatever. We're gonna go home. Or the people who didn't get their powers are gonna go home in this way. They're gonna get picked up by a mothership, and then they're gonna be drinking some delicious juice. I don't know. And then they're gonna rest, and then they're gonna put on these white robes. No, before that, they're gonna go in this blue light, this blue beam light that's gonna cleanse their whole body, soul, and mind, body, and spirit. They said, when you step in this, it's gonna be cold, like it's gonna feel cold because it's cleansing everything, all your parasites down here. That the foods that we eat. It must have got something in our bodies, and so anyway, we're gonna be cleansed all through our body. Then we're gonna put the robes on, and it's white robes, and it's got like gold. It's got gold and white, like a gold belt and white robes. Okay, this is described with this is what she saw. She saw nothing but black people in these ships, in these motherships, and she said it was 60 here in a room, 30 here in the room, and a 20 here, 30 there, and those were tribes. Those were relatives. Those were family tribes. So when we talk about the 144,000, each of them will have each tribe. 60 here, 30 there. That's what she saw. And she said, these were the most beautiful black people I've ever seen in my life. She said, oh my God, right in this book. She said, I have never seen so many beautiful black people in my life. What is this? Can I go? She really wanted to go. And he said no. And she started crying. She said, please. And she begged him. Okay, I was thinking like, ooh, we must have died down here. Because she must be looking at our soul. Because What she talking about? She ain't even seen the most beautiful black people. We must have died. She looked, but no, that what had happened was the blue, that that blue UFO thing is gonna engulf us. When it do, we're gonna be looking so damn juicy, delicious, glistening. Okay, can't nothing come upon us, and the people who took the voom vooms is really gonna bow down and be like, oh, because they turned into creatures. Where the universe is gonna be like, ooh, no, we gotta get these things because we don't want them around. The Most High got children because we're all blue and powerful and can't nothing come against us. The ones who the army's supposed to come against us, they're gonna be devouring the white evil cop people, the lawyers, the people I've been telling them to give us our shit back. They won't give it back. They're gonna be chasing those people down, eating them. Well, some of those people are going to try to come against us, but what they're going to learn that they can't when they see us, they're going to run. Even when they don't see us, they're going to run because they're going to feel us coming. They're going to see something coming when they see us. They're going to run like Pac-Man people. You see how Pac-Man devours its ghost?
Be known to us like breathing. Verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth the land. So let me start over. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Right? What's ahead of us ain't nothing but peace.
Right. Right. So what's ahead of us is nothing but peace. We going to the promised land, but
rulership, the kingdom.
The kingdom.
Shemayim, right? Heaven.
Heaven.
Right? And behind us ain't nothing but destruction because we're going to be tearing shit up, man.
See?
We're going to be tearing shit up, man. All these nations that had us in derision, man. All these years, man.
Black people, we're going to be killing coons. Because in order for you to get to the in order for you to get to the peckerwood, you got to get to the coon first. And I told you, I broke it down which ones is going to be dying. It's the Eve men, the men that hate black women. The ones who hate black women, the narcissists, the black narcissists, they are not human. The ones who, they talk about the woman in the Bible, the ones who wrote the Bible, they're all going to die. Okay? The ones who are in religion and they talk down about the woman, right? They're gonna be chased, hunted down, and they're gonna be hunted.
Gonna have to know who we are. The same way the Most High proved that fact when we were in Egypt, man, in Mizraim. The earth forgot about that, but they're gonna be reminded, man. Right? It says, verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. Meaning whatever light that person had inside of themselves, that light is a knowledge. Whatever knowledge that person had inside of themselves is going to be gone. All of that Egyptologist bull, all of that science explains it all of that nonsense, man, it's going to go out the window when they start seeing these amazing feats that the Hebrews are doing. Right? It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. We will be invincible, man. The same way the prophet was. Right? They say they call him a black Jesus. What we watching the video about. I can't put a name on who this individual was. but that's the term that they're deeming in this video. And this is a powerful video, man. I ain't gonna lie. It really did uplift my spirit. Right? It says, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Them ninja tactics, man. It says, the earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark. And the stars shall withdraw their shine. Ain't gonna be no looking up to no idols in that time. Ain't gonna be no going to anybody outside of prophets to get answers, and you gonna get the answer via the sword. Straight like that, man.
So when they talk about when the white man talk about call somebody a devil and all that, they talking about us getting our powers.
Straight like that. Look, verse 11, and Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word, for the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Now, who was this word given to? Romans 9, it was given to Yasha'Allah. Who was the service of power given to? Yasha'Allah. Us.
Once that happens, you will no longer be able to stop us from making this world a peaceful place for everyone.
So with that, most High willing, this video was edifying, man. Hey, man, Babylon is done. Babylon is a wrap.